Welcome to Sheena Says, a podcast about wellness, parenting, and real stories.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Sheena Says, and we are continuing our talks on parenting. Now, as I said in my previous episode, parenting is all about being patient, staying positive, and being present for your kids. It's not about perfection, it is about connection. Your kids are not perfect, you are not perfect, and that's okay. Everybody's journey is different. But my big take on parenting is I always like to do it positively. And I would say if you believe in the carrot and the stick, keep a big carrot. If you have a big enough carrot, you will find that you almost never need the stick. Simply because kids, they are born innocent. They're a blank slate. They acquire their mannerisms and their perceptions through their environment. If they are in a positive environment, likelihood of them wanting to please you is high. So they are always well swayed with a big carrot. Now, what are the carrots, you say? The carrots could be anything. It could be right from your favorite lollipop to your favorite TV show, whether they like SpongeBob or Wow Wow Wubbzy or Mickey Mouse Clubhouse or any of the standard shows that are educative, to time to play video games. Could be your Xbox. It could be that they love playing games online, and or if they're a little bit older, then they want to go out with their friends. They want some money to spend on going out or wanting to borrow the car keys. It could be anything and everything that they really, really want. Now, giving them that leverage, giving them the freedom to have that leverage, now you are creating power in your hands. Because the minute they want something, you can give it to them or take it away, which is why I call them the carrots. And the more carrots you have, people, parents, please give your kids carrots. This way, the more carrots there are, the more leverage you have. The sticks, well, the sticks to be used only when the carrot fails. And there will be times that happens when they've pushed their boundaries too far and they've just gotten away with something that they shouldn't have, or that one big eye roll or that talk back, that was not acceptable. So the sticks are, of course, a way to guardrail them into doing the right thing. And in my book, the more sticks, that means the carrots weren't enough. However, sticks are equally necessary. I say spare the stick and spoil the child. So don't spoil your kids. Either extreme is bad. What we are looking stick-wise are looking to do chores. We are looking for homework. We are looking for a very good attitude. We are looking for the trash to be taken out, for the dogs to be walked, for your feet to be rubbed. Give me that shoulder massage because my shoulders are hurting and I worked really hard today. Make me a cup of tea. These are small things, but guess what they create? They create accountability. And fellow parents, let me tell you, accountability is key to respect, to dignity, and future communication and correction. Because if you do not, and accountability is not acquired. It is 100% created from day one. The more accountability that is created, the more leverage you will have with your child. So I say create accountability in a very nice way. First of all, offer them the carrots. Secondly, even if it comes to the stick, still do not forget accountability. Make them do one chore on a daily basis. It provides discipline and it builds character and integrity and sincerity in your kids. Plus, believe it or not, every child inside is looking for approval. They are all looking for validation. And if they do that one chore right and you give them that validation, it really adds to their self-respect and it really helps them regulate their emotions. It gives them validation that they did something and they did it right and you're happy about it. So yes, by all means, I don't say spare the chores. No, absolutely make your kids do some chores. You don't have to treat them like a slave, but at the same time, they're living in the same house. That helps them gain ownership of their own home, that their environment that they're contributing to, their community that they're contributing to. And if your children are old enough, say in middle school or high school, 100% make them volunteer somewhere. The more they volunteer, the better character gets created, and they are exposed to an outside environment which may or may not be negative, which is good for them to see and explore, because then they are grateful for what they have at home. So if your child is a middle schooler, there are many volunteer options. They can volunteer at libraries, they can volunteer at soup kitchens, they can go to food banks, they can do so many different things, or just around your community, maybe teach other kids. It builds a sense of responsibility. I say definitely help your kids volunteer to your community, where whatever it might be. And that builds character in many, many ways. And if your kid is a high schooler, look around. There are several volunteer options. There are many ways to contribute to your society, whether you do a volunteer firefighter, whether you do a volunteer EMT work. And it really, really helps them give back to the community and helps them understand how important things are and how good they have it at home. Now, those are things that create accountability. So, along with accountability, what is our disciplinary action when things go wrong? I always say offer the carrot. If that doesn't work out enough, then stick to the sticks. And the disciplinary action has to equate the problem. It cannot be that you have taken a completely high level of punishment with a low level of crime. It has to be equal. You have to equate it. Do not get into ego battle with your child, or be so judgmental and angry and reactive at them that you forget that you are the parent. As parents, you are the adult. So we have to make sure that our behavior is exemplary. I always say lead by example. It cannot be do as I say. It has to be do as I do. If you are staying calm, if you are staying collected, if you've been doing your chores correctly, then you are leading by example, and you're setting a good example for your child, saying, look, I can work and I can do my chores, and then I can work out, and then I can still come here and listen to you. So you can do this too, which gives them confidence. It gives them respect for you, and it allows them to emulate you. All kids are looking to copy. They learn from what they see. You can tell them, you can talk to them and lecture them till you're blue in the face. But trust me, kids are super intuitive, they're super smart, and their brain is learning at a much faster rate than yours is. Intuitively, they will read into what you're telling them, and then they will calibrate what they actually see. So even if you've given them the best lecture of your life, trust me, they can see if you're grinding your teeth. They can tell if you're hunching. Your body language speaks volumes to them. So it's not just about what you're telling them, it's what you are actually doing. That is why I say, as a parent, please stay transparent. Share your highs and lows with them, age appropriately, of course. But don't try to be perfect in front of them, and don't expect them to be perfect. It's okay for things to go wrong. You can handle it, deal with it as a family, come up with a game plan that kind of works both ways. Stay positive. I always say, listen, process, and then react. Don't just react, then start processing, and then be open to listening, because guess what? By then, you've already lost your audience. Kids are super smart, they're intuitive, they understand things. So do it the other way. Listen first, process what's actually happening, and then react according to what is necessary. You do not want to be part of the problem. You are the adult. You definitely want to be part of the solution. And yes, listening is the hardest part. You have to stay quiet. You have to school your expression and your body language, and you have to be receptive no matter what. And that is the key to getting their trust. Because if they trust you, they will talk to you. If they do not talk to you, or they're giving you single word answers, guess what? then you don't know what's happening in their life. And that is not the best strategy because you lose leverage. If you don't know what's happening, you cannot correct it, you cannot prevent it, you just can't circumvent it. So, ideally, stay open, stay transparent, and be in a listening mode. You only need to react very little bit. Having kids, especially in today's world, is like driving a Ferrari. They're so responsive, so quick that you have to really be careful when you hit the pedal. The more gas you hit, the faster it'll go. So you got to be careful of what input you're giving them. What's okay, what's not okay. I say keep the carrots strong. You don't have to not give your middle schooler a phone. Give them the phone, but make sure you have screen time, you have parental controls, you have enough controls attached that you know where your tween is going, what they're doing, and for how long. This way, when their screen time runs out, guess what? Your tween's going to come and cry to you, oh, can I have 5 minutes more, please? And guess what? You can say, oh, you want 5 minutes? Sure. Did the trash go out? The minute you put the trash out, you'll get 5 minutes more. And or conversely, oh, you forgot to put out the trash today. Your homework isn't done. Guess what? No screen time for today. You're done. This completely takes away the screamies from either end, and it put things in a much more manageable way where now your tween understands that, hey, if I don't get this done, I'm going to lose my screen time or my gaming time. So if I want that, I might as well just take care of business, do my homework, and then I'll have all the time in the world. Now, these are all guardrails you have to install. Look, does it take effort? 100%. I'm not saying parenting is a blast or a vacation on any given day. It's the hardest job in the world. It's one of the most thankless jobs, but it's also, when done right, extremely, extremely rewarding. So if you want your child to grow up to be a responsible, respectful, dignified, and contributing member of society, it begins today. Charity begins at home. It's what they see is what they will be. Look, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And I'm not saying each apple is the same, that each parent's challenge is the same. But trust me, I'm telling you that if you follow positive parenting, your relationship with your child will improve. Your own relationship with your spouse or your other half or whoever's co-parenting with you will definitely improve. And overall, it will be a far more rewarding experience than doing it negatively. Now, talking about, negative parenting, talking about being reactive and angry, as I said, some kids push your buttons more than others. If you have multiple kids, they'll push each other's buttons plus yours. I'm not saying it's a perfect world or that it's a perfect job. But look, we chose to have these kids in our life. Nobody put a gun to our head. So if we've chosen to have them, then we might as well raise responsible, respectful adults. And going into that, if you have a reactive nature, or you are losing your cool with them, ask yourself why. Are you feeling tired? Are you overstretched? What's happening that is making you go that route? Stop, listen, question, and then change your trajectory. It's never too late. Trust me, it's never too late. If you start today, your child will thank you, your entire family will thank you. And all I can tell you is that if you still need further help, there are remedies that are natural to help you calm your limbic system down. And if your child is the one with behavioral issues, which is unfortunately a growing epidemic, or your child has been diagnosed with ADHD or special needs, they can be helped. It is not something that you have to live with forever. Please don't accept the status quo that it's incurable or your child has to stay on Adderall or whatever that they have prescribed. There are so much more out there that you can do for your child. Get the help that you need, get the counseling that you need, and continue to stay a positive parent. Once again, there's plenty of help out there. Our next episode is going to be talking about behavioral issues with kids and what you can do about them. In the meantime, please be patient, stay positive, and stay present. Do parenting right. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Sheena Says, and for more info, please visit yourhomeopathy.com.